Well, it's pretty early in the morning, about 6 o'clock to be exact, Eastern Time, and we got the phone call that the driver is sitting at Sheetz about a mile down the road. So here's the caddy sitting in the garage, not very well lit, but we'll take some more shots once we get to Sheetz. Well, the car hasn't been started in probably 3 weeks, I would guess. Maybe a month. It's been a while, I know that. But one thing, Rich, to remember is that it's going to take a lot of pumps of the gas pedal on a cold start. By the way, here's my other cars. There's the 68 Buick. It's going to the Czech Republic next, well, hopefully in the next few days anyway. And there's my 67 Olds convertible. Let's give her a start here. Oh, one other little note is to lock the driver's side door. For some reason, you have to use the key. If you try to locking it from the inside and then closing the door, it just doesn't seem to stay locked. So I always lock it from the key. It'll stay locked if you want to lock the door when you're inside the car. It's just when you're exiting the car. Okay, so mileage is precisely 128,000, looks like 182. So there'll probably be another mile on there once we get to Sheetz. I probably pump the thing about 20 times to get her started. Pumping her, getting her going. Like I said, that's probably the first in a month. Normally it doesn't take quite that long to start. But on a cold start, you got to keep pumping it quite a bit, or the battery will run down, obviously, if you keep trying to crank it without the motor kicking over. As said before, Rich, everything works, the clock doesn't. It was converted over to quartz at one time, but the plastic gears that they use in those conversion kits, at least in the one that this one had, weren't meant to hold up, that's for sure. But that could get going again. Your Twilight Sentinel still works, but the automatic dimmers don't. That's where if it sees on an oncoming car, it automatically dims your lights for you. But the automatic lights do work, and radio still works. There's your volume and tuner, and one of them you pull out for the antenna and one of them you push in. I forget which one's which, but the power antenna still works too. So, and one other thing to note, Rich, being this is an old car, they have a vacuum switch on the gear shift. So when I pull it down into drive, I usually just pull it down just a little bit further. Like right now it's in drive, and you probably can't hear it, but I heard a little bit of a hiss. That's a little bit of a vacuum leak from that switch. So what I do is I just pull just down just a little bit slightly, and that hiss goes right away. See where I'm at on the indicator? But that's still when, you know, the normal gear, and that just does away with that hiss sound.